What's going on, everybody? So right now we're going to be testing the input lag of the Hisense H9F. So as you guys see, I've got the remote right here. I made sure I'm doing this in a dark room just so I don't have any kind of lights on or anything like that to distract your attention from the television. Now I'm going to open up my picture settings here, and as you guys can see, we're going to go into the picture menu. We're going to go into standard picture mode, and that's what we're testing right now. We're going to test standard. All right, so I'm gonna go back here, just exit out of all that. Now, we're gonna fire this up. We're not in game mode or anything like that. The input lag as we're testing it, you guys can see right here in real time as we test it, right? The input lag at 104. So I'm getting 104 milliseconds right now. Now it's 105. It's weird that it keeps going up. That's kind of weird. So I'll just let it sit here for a second or two and just kind of wait for it to reach a final number here. But essentially, I'm gonna call it at about 106 milliseconds. Outside of game mode, motion processing on, all that good stuff, we're at 106.8 milliseconds in standard mode. So that's quite a lot for anybody looking to do video gaming outside of game mode right now. And for giggles and laughs, you know, we're gonna, what are we gonna do? We're gonna turn off picture processing. Okay, so I'm going over here to the advanced options here, where I can go into, where is it? It is the motion enhancement. And we're just gonna go ahead and make sure that is turned off. Okay, so if we turn off our motion enhancement, does it get better? I don't know. Let's see. All right, so we're running our test again, right? And it actually ends up getting worse if you turn off motion processing like soap opera effects so far. We're gonna let it, it's really inconsistent right now, so we're just letting it do its thing here. You see how it keeps just rising. And my hand is stable. I'm not doing anything. I'm just keeping it here. For the intents and purposes of keeping the video unbiased, I'll just hold my hand here and you guys can see it. So it's not actually moving or anything like that. So that's what we're doing. All right, so I'm gonna call it at 108.5. This is what it actually is. So yeah, it got higher. Not as high as when we first started off. That number had to fall off, and we're sitting now at 108. Not that great. All right, so let's do what you guys really came here for, right? Let's test game mode, because obviously if you're a gamer and you're looking for heavy gaming experiences, you definitely don't want to be outside of game mode for competitive gaming, right? I feel you guys, I feel you. And yes, I do see all of this uniformity stuff as I'm standing in front of the TV. It's quite jarring, actually, which is weird because, like, in normal content like now, you don't see it. So I guess it just depends on the local dimming. All right, so that you guys can see that there's no number already up there, right? Input lag, there you go, right? We're going to now test the input lag. Oh, it went out. That was my bad. I bumped the HDMI cable here. All right, so here's my hand. It's important that I show you guys my hand not moving around or anything like that, so you guys see that nothing is happening here, right? And we're sitting at 14.7 milliseconds. So I'm just gonna call it at 14 milliseconds, you know, like high 14 milliseconds, but that's pretty good. That's pretty damn good, actually, for a budget TV, beating out most of the competition. 14.7 milliseconds. And this was done with the Leo Bodnar input lag tester. Now, unfortunately, I'm only able to do 1080, as you guys see. However, 4K is usually lower than 1080 when you get to input lag. HDR does make things go up a little bit, but as you guys see, my hand's not moving. Input lag is just a steady constant, 14.7. So if you guys are gamers, that's gonna be your big take home there. Now, I'm gonna try a different picture mode here. Let's go into, what do you say we try movie mode, since that's the next mode a lot of people will be using. We're gonna go to movie mode, and I'm gonna make sure that picture processing is actually on. We go down to our, whoops, go back here. We go to our advanced settings. And don't worry, I'll give you guys proper settings later on. I'm just making sure that we have all this. So right now it's set to clear. Let's just set it to like smooth, whatever. Just so you know motion processing is on. All right, because I know with it off, input lag does increase outside of game mode. So for you gamers out there who have been told that soap opera effect or that fake motion makes your game's input lag higher, that is not true. Actually, factually testing it on multiple TVs, I can tell you that is definitely not true. It's the other way around. When you turn it off, the picture processing is just helping it, so it gets worse. And you guys saw that in this video as well. So hands not moving. I'm gonna call it at a clean 100 milliseconds. It's not bad. It might drop down to 99, but I am not gonna wait for that. I'll just call it at 100. So 100 is where we are for movie mode input lag. Again, you have your motion processing on and all that. We're gonna go down to, let's try the sports mode. Why not? Maybe sports mode has different optimization, right? And oh yeah, to be fair, I have to make sure we go to picture and we make sure picture processing is on for sports mode as well. So under advanced, we're gonna go down to motion enhancement, and that is on smooth. No, that is on standard. So we want that on smooth, right? So to be fair, make sure we're comparing it equally across the board, right? Input lag tester goes up. We're just kind of hanging out waiting for the results now. Right now it's sitting at 106 milliseconds, just dropped to 97. Oh boy, look at that. So sports mode might actually be good for those who like to game, back up to 94. Better than the 100 that we were getting in all the other modes. So per my speculation, sports mode is actually doing a little bit more, I think. Or am I wrong on that? Because it's still going up here. Yeah, now we're back in the hundreds. Yeah, that's not great. So you see the hands not moving, nothing like that. And here we are. Oof, it's going up to 101. Yikes. That's not ideal. All right, now it's back down to 100. And that's the thing with these test patterns. Like those guys that just do like quick test patterns and they like zap it and they go leave it up for a second, like boom, done. These are the numbers. That is not how you take tests. As you guys see, it goes up and down on a variable level. We're at 0.3, then 0.2, then 101, then 10, like it goes up and down. So anybody not doing tests like this are not actually doing the real test. It does consume time. So unfortunately, anybody doing a shorter input lag test video, not trying to be thorough with it. Okay, so that's pretty much it for that particular picture mode. I'm gonna do one more picture mode, and that's going to be, what do you guys say we do Vivid? For you guys that like to use Vivid, I'm gonna make sure that we have our motion processing on. We're gonna go down to smooth, change it from standard and put it to smooth, okay? And we're just gonna back out all that. All right. We've got our input lag tester going up here. So we're testing all this stuff out. Early numbers are 97, but that's, I'm gonna say, gonna be 100 like the last one, so yep. We're sitting at 101 now. Now drops back down to 100. Just what I was talking about a second ago. You see it in real time. These things go up and down on a variable level, but I'm gonna call it at 100 milliseconds. So that's just 1080p. I know 4K HDR will be different. I imagine the numbers will be lower, but it could also be higher depending on processing and all that stuff. But this is a good ballpark idea to know what it's going to be for the most part. So I hope you guys found this very helpful. If you did, smack a like on this video. Thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later.